Okay, thank you, Dr. Teeter. Like he said, I am Neil Robinson, and this is my colleague, Igor Volkov, and we work in employer relations with Career Services. And you can see that to-do list behind Igor. Those are kind of some of the steps that come to mind when you think about career development in college. And like Dr. Teeter was saying, today you've heard a lot about gain relevant experience, but just as he was talking about, updating your resume, having interview skills, polishing yourself, that's all part of the comprehensive career development process that you follow when you're here at the University of Central Florida.
Sure. Okay, so to kind of give you an idea what the Career Service is all about and kind of basically tell you all about our building, we consist of 3 E's. So our first floor is actually exploration. That's where the career development team is housed. So whenever you see a career counselor, that's happening on the first floor. Then the third floor is experience, and that's what Neil mentioned, Office of Experiential Learning. So what they do is internships, co-ops. Co-ops, cooperative learning, is basically part-time jobs while you're still studying, and it's in your field. Okay, and service learning. So it's basically applying what you're learning to an organization or department. So applying what you've learned in class. And employability, that's what Neil and I do. Basically make sure that you're employable, make sure you're ready to leave university. Okay, thanks. So continuing exploration, career counseling, you can make an appointment at any time with a career counselor. It is by appointment only, and be strategic when you make an appointment, because right before the career expo or right before graduation time, usually appointment times are very long. It could be 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, so plan your time out. Then one of the resources we have available is My Plan. So it's a system that is paid for UCF students and alums. And the whole idea behind it is to help you with your exploration. So if you're thinking about what career program to go into or just what job to look into, we have assessments that can help you figure that out. Okay? And those assessments based on 4 things, the VIPS, values, interests, personality, and skills. So you can take assessment based on each one. So for example, what do you value more? Do you want to make a lot of money, or you have an interesting job? So based on the answers, it will help you figure those things out.
So like Igor was saying, part of what you're doing right now is doing exploration and understanding your skills, your interests, and your values, and that helps inform your next career steps. 2 additional resources that Igor and I wanted to point out. The first is our externship program, and basically what that is, it's a job shadowing program over winter break, spring break, and summer break. And depending on the employer, that job shadowing program, it may be a 1-day job shadowing program, a 2-day, 3-day, 4-day, or a 5-day. And our deadline to kind of put your name in to say this is something I'm interested in is October 12th. And if you want to sign up for that job shadowing program, you go to our website, which is career.ucf.edu. And we're also going to pass around a couple of cards that include our website and also all the services that we offer. So that's one program I will highlight that you can look into. And mentoring has come up a lot, and you definitely want to take advantage of faculty mentors, but we also have a database of alumni mentors. So they've been to UCF, they possibly had your major, and now they're out there in different positions. So if that's something that you were thinking about, wanting to connect with alumni and learn from their experiences and their insights, you can go into Nightlink and look for an alumnus or an alumna that shares a similar interest with you, and you can reach out to them through this little mentoring program. And we talked about Nightlink a little bit, so now you know it not only has full-time jobs, but it also has part-time jobs, and it has alumni contact information if you want to reach out to them as potential mentors. And I mentioned 2 positions that are currently posted. You can see them up here that may be of interest to students with your background and with your career goals. And I'll tell you, the trick with Nightlink is I would encourage you to check it at least once every couple weeks, because typically when positions are posted, they're live or they're activated in this database for at least 3 to 4 weeks. So as long as you're checking every couple weeks, if you're currently searching for positions, you can catch opportunities like this. And I will say some of the positions posted, you might have 20 or 30 student applications for maybe 1 or 2 positions, but other positions, I forget which one of these positions, there were only 3 applicants in the system. So just by being proactive and looking for opportunities in NightLink, you may find a really good opportunity for a paid part-time position.
Just to add about NightLink, remember you're only competing with UCF students and alums, so you have a lot greater chance. Everywhere else, if you go to Indeed.com, Career Builder, you're competing with everybody else in the U.S., so it's a lot better chance for you to get employed through NightLink. So another thing that we do for employability is we offer different workshops. And Neil, if you can help me pass these around. And basically, it's graduate planning series if you're looking into a professional school. So what is the process like? What is the application? What should you be prepared for? Or graduate series, for example, from resume to CV, how to design a resume or a CV. CV is already mentioned, but how many of you know what a CV is? Yeah? It's similar, sure. Anybody else? I want to hear from some of you, especially going to professional school, doctoral or medical school. What's a CV? What does it stand for? Yes, sir. Yep, that's it. And what's the difference between a CV and a resume? Okay, that's okay. Well, this workshops will basically help you, but the idea behind what's the difference, resume is usually used for a job, so it's usually one pager, maybe two. It's something quick for employer to get an idea about you, whether to invite you for an interview or not. CV is mostly used for professional schools or academic positions. Okay, so it's a very longer, more academic geared. That's where you include all your research, things that employers may not want to see. So, and they are designed a little bit differently. Okay, so I would encourage you to look into one or the other, or even a hybrid between the two. Okay, so anything career development related for graduate schools or how to interview, you can look up the dates, and it's here. It's housed here in Career Services as well as in Colburn Hall. All right, continuing on, we have employer information sessions. So the idea behind it is when the company wants to recruit somebody, they come for an info session. And it's about an hour, half an hour about what the company has to offer. On-campus interviews, like we have going on the second floor, so you can actually interview with companies before you even graduate. Anybody knows how to register for on-campus interviews? Let's say if you want to get experience before you graduate, but you're still thinking about graduate school, or you still need to get a good score on MCAT, and we're looking into jobs. So where would you register for on-campus interview? Okay, you wouldn't know that because we didn't tell you, but it's on NightLink. So you can use NightLink, not only look for jobs, but also sign in for on-campus interviews. Career panels, like Neil and Dr. Teeter are putting together. There's going to be a few upcoming, so be on the lookout on those. Career expos, we have fall career expos on September 24th. So especially for seniors, if you're in transition or looking into jobs, we have over 230 companies already registered. This is the biggest one we've had in many years, so it's already maxed out. Graduate fair, that's a really neat fair, especially for you going to professional school. The idea behind it is there's going to be over 60 professional schools, medical schools, that are going to be there. It's going to be in Pegasus Ballroom. So what's neat about it is you can actually go to University of Miami Medical School table and talk to the admission counselor on what specifically they're looking for. How could you stand out, for example? So you can speak to admission counselors before you even start applying. Then we have another Spring Career Expo, Nonprofit and Public Career Showcase, and Graduate Symposium. That's going to be in spring as well. And that's the idea behind it, is how you can use your professional or PhD degree in academic or non-academic environments.
Great. And one last point on this, it's kind of hard to read, but for a list of participating schools, if you go to our website, career.ucf.edu, you can pull up a list of all the schools who will attend this graduate school fair.
Okay, and for resume critiques, we actually have career peer advisors. Every day they're open from 10 to 3 right here in the lobby. So if you need somebody to quickly look over your resume and you don't have time to make an appointment with a career counselor, so you can just drop by and they'll help you out with it. Also, online resume writing guide is on NightLink as well as on our website. And Employment Bootcamp is an upcoming event next week. And I'm just going to pass out a couple copies if you can just pass one here, one there. And we'll have a career panel Target, Golf Channel, SeaWorld, Siemens, Orange Public County Schools, as well as employer resume critiques and employer practice interviews. And the whole idea behind it is not just you sitting down and having your resume critiqued by Neil or myself, or here you will actually have a company representative or recruiter sitting down or practice interviewing with you or helping you with your resume. Okay. And the same thing we can do with practice interviews. We actually have a practice interview program, and once again, that's with employers, not just with career counselors or one of us. Let's see. And Perfect Interview Online, that's another paid program that we have. It's on our website, career.ucf.edu, and that's for you to kind of practice with videos that we have there before you even go. So if you're really stressed out and you've never done an interview, or you need some help, or you don't know what answers might be asked, you can go ahead and check it out on our website.
Great. So that is kind of our brief synopsis of Career Services. And like that screen suggests, you can feel free to connect with us via social media to see kind of upcoming events and stay connected with us.